You guys didn't rewind.
Oh, sorry.
There's the bit. Okay.
Us talking about meme lording wasn't the bit, I thought.
No, it totally was. I didn't know you were recording.
Yeah, no, we've been recording this whole time.
Okay.
So we'll introduce you as Taylor, our Dungeons and Dragons friend. Fire in the chat.
Meme master.
Meme master.
Bro, you are the meme master.
Yeah.
That fucking. Oh, damn it. I'm trying.
You're just gonna start snapping instead. Only slightly less annoying.
Do jazz hands.
No, if she starts doing that, she'll start stemming, and then that's...
I see.
He notices that before I do. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, no, you're the meme master, for real.
I had a conversation with my dad, actually, last night about genie wishes.
Yeah.
And he was arguing with me over the semantics, because he's like, a night with a steamed newborn does not sound like a perfect night. That wouldn't go well. And I was like, well, it could be someone's perfect night. He didn't say it was his. Right. And I was like, I bet the steamed newborn just tastes like veal. And he's like, no, the bones are too soft. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean the bones are too soft? And he goes, it's common knowledge. I was like, okay.
Well, if you think about it, a newborn calf can walk already. And, a baby or a toddler...
Yeah, they're useless. They can't
they're
do anything.
They're squishy as fuck.
Yeah. And I conceded that point. I was like, yeah, sure, their bones are soft. I bet it's still, like, some child-eating demon's perfect night, though, so I win.
No, but, like, for real, because there are some things that, like, the bones are soft enough that you can eat, like, eat them as well, like other forms of protein. Not just infants have soft bones.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, there's, like, this Survivor challenge where, like, they have this food eating contest, and they give them, like, a fully formed, like...
Infant?
Chicken infant, but like with the it's fully formed in the egg and everything. Like, but the bones are still there. They have to eat all that,
which is a delicacy in some places. Yeah.
So it'd be a perfect night for someone.
I feel like at that point, I would have a existential crisis.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
would give me an existential crisis.
Yeah, I think I'd just look at that thing and I'd be like, I'm out. Goodbye.
Like, hacked governing module. Fucking goddamn it! I can't get it out.
Hacked governor module.
I've been stuttering all morning. I'm sorry. This is gonna be a fun episode. If you hacked governing module and all, I still wouldn't be able to eat a fully formed chicken and an egg.
Yeah,
that would freak me the fuck out.
Poor little chick. Hey everybody! Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Book Club. I am your host, Andrew Ingram. This is my co-host, Bex. Give it up for Bex, everyone. Jazz hands. And with us this week to talk about All Systems Red, the first book in the Murder Bot Diaries, is our buddy Taylor. Give it up for Taylor. More jazz hands. You can clap at home. We're just not allowed to clap here. It would be super annoying.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get there.
You look like a very considerate seal.
No, I was going more for like the monkey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like it. I like it. So yeah, we're talking about Murderbot today.
The actual title is All Systems Red by Martha Wells, who is an American science fiction author. This book was released it's a novella that was released on Tor.com. And it was released, I think it was May 2nd of 2017. So, it started a whole series of super fun stuff. Go ahead, babe. Sorry. I didn't want that to get left out.
It was originally released on Tor.com and then was such a success that they released physical copies, really high quality audiobooks, which is how both times I've experienced this book, it's been the audio version.
Audiobook is actually read by Kevin R. Free. I did some research for you guys this time. Okay. Like, I really worked on this for like an hour this morning.
An hour. There's a lot.
It was a short story, so I was like, let's just keep in that theme.
Yep. I read Murderbot for the first time, or listened to Murderbot, while I was working in a clean room. I could have headphones on, but I couldn't put them in, I couldn't adjust anything. So I would listen to a lot of audiobooks, a lot of longer podcasts. And the Murderbot Diaries were kind of nice because I would have about 3 to 4 hours between breaks. So I remember the first time I listened to All Systems Red, I just listened to it in one go from, when I got there in the morning till my first break. Right. And then I was done. And then I went back to the library, the Libby app, to see if there was more Murderbot available. And there wasn't. So I waited a week or two before I got to the next one. Yeah. But you guys read it for you read it specifically for the podcast, and you read it because we asked you to. Yeah. So you guys are reading it basically on my recommendation.
I started the book on my own. Right. And then we talked about doing it for the podcast because we didn't have a book for this month. Yep. We did have a book for this month, but I lost the list.
Yeah, we lost the list.
And then next month's changed too because I read another book and I was like, because now I read physical books like a fucking nerd. Oh, there's the cussing. Yeah. Has it been 5 minutes?
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
Fuck it. Is there like a well, so in like the first 5-10 minutes of a podcast, YouTube will ratio you if you curse too much, if you use the wrong curse words. I think this is supposed to keep Nazis down, but it also keeps us
we're not Nazis.
Us hard-working, honest book clubbers down.
Thank you. I didn't feel nerdy enough.
You haven't quite hit the stacks and stacks and stacks of unread books, so you're still doing
right.
Oh, you haven't seen the shelf in my bedroom. Last year, I didn't read like physical books at all, and went on a huge spree and bought like 40 books.
That's where I'm at right now, because I'm just doing Kindle Unlimited, and I keep going places and buying more books, and then I'm like, oh, I should read those at some point.
Like, that would be useful. I started an Ursula Le Guin book last night because I finished the Dungeon Crawler book. So. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, back to All Systems Red.
Yeah. So, what do we know about Martha Wells? Have you pulled up her?
I did. I told you I did research. Martha Wells has won 4 Hugo Awards, which I think is pretty rad. 2 Nebula Awards and 3 Locus Awards for her science fiction series, The Murderbot Diaries. So for this whole series, I believe there are 4 books in, I think I read 4 books in total, 4 novellas in total, that conclude the whole series of The Murderbot Diaries.
I'm actually not. I think there might be more than that. I know
there are 8 total. There are 8 total, but the 4th one concludes Sec Unit, which is Murderbot himself. That conclude no, that's not it. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Let's rewind. Neat. Anyway, we're just full of bits. So no, the 4 is. We'll get to it at the end of what we're going to talk about today, but Mensa, which is the doctor who advocates for the Sec Unit the very most, she reappears. I forgot that's what it was. She reappears in the fourth part of the installment.
I liked her. Yeah.
There's like a closing of the loop on this story. This story ends on not on a cliffhanger exactly, but on something that a jumping off point for further stories, and this arc ends with the fourth novella. You're saying
correct?
Okay.
The Mensa and
this team. I think listened to all of those books at that job, but I will admit that I don't remember them very well. What stuck with me through all of these books was Murderbot was the SEC unit as a character is one of my favorite characters I've read in a long time, and is a character that was very inspired me, and I sort of gave me ideas for things I could write, and I think that's one of the coolest things that fiction can do. I reread it in preparation for the podcast, so I'm excited to talk about it too. Taylor, what were your kind of initial? We just kind of came to you and were like, "Have you heard of this book?" You said no, or yes, you'd heard of it at least, right?
No, I hadn't. But it was on Kindle Unlimited, so I downloaded it that night, like during the session, and then I had it read by the end of the work day next day. You burned on through it. What were your impressions? I greatly enjoyed it. My more analytical takeaway was that it was actually a very nice way to kind of talk about it. It reminded me of the American Civil War, with
interesting
the topics of slavery and rights and how we treat people or beings as less than human, when as shown in the book they had the exact same kind of thoughts and feelings as us, even if they're not so used to being able to express them.
It is interesting because it's almost there's some institutional beliefs in Murderbot that aren't even true about Murderbot. Which is complicated because it's hard to write about. It's hard to write perspectives like that. And keep them consistent.
This actually is a good segue because we're talking about the emotional parts of like what you just said, like the emotional side of Murderbot and stuff, which kind of brings it into let's talk about why he calls himself Murderbot, because this is a secret for the first half of the book,
2/3 of the book. I think.
Maybe.
I feel like his personal reason for calling himself a Murderbot is secret when he goes in, but it's no secret that they are used for killing and protecting. So even if you go off of that basic description, Murderbot is appropriate.
Sure.
Yeah. So
but sorry.
Oh, well, let's just real quick. It is a first-person perspective story, so it is told from the perspective of this non-human entity. He's grown. He has both biological and machine parts, and near the end, you get a very good example of why he is not a cyborg exactly, because there are enhanced humans that were born human and have had machine parts installed.
In fairness, he is described as a cyborg in most of the articles that I read.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, because the other ones
in the book too, because there's a difference between enhanced human and cyborg.
Oh, okay, he's the cyborg.
The enhanced human is the other guy whose name I never can remember.
Yeah, we should look up the character list and.
I didn't have time to do that.
Well, we should just pull up the Wikipedia for
I've got it pulled up.
But
he's one of the scientists.
What's it?
The guy who doesn't like him.
Yeah,
specifically the guy who doesn't like him.
Oh, it starts with an E.
Not important at the moment, but anyway, Sec Unit is grown in a lab and grafted with parts. Is kind of one complete cybernetic being that is part biological and part machine. and separating the two is not really fair. Both are parts of him or it.
Yeah.
There are no sex organs. It is a being that exists to perform a task, to perform a job, but also as a byproduct of being part biologically human, does seem to have thoughts and feelings that make it sentient and
uncomfortable. It makes it so uncomfortable. He doesn't. They call it it, but like I always identify it with as a he because they occasionally call it he because it looks like a man in the face.
When they think that it's a full robot before they see his face, so they were only calling it it.
Right.
When they thought it was a robot, and then after they see his face, then
they're like,
becomes him. Yeah.
So Sec Unit is on a mission. Sec Unit has been, or Murderbot has been Murderbot has, at some point in the recent past, hacked its own governor module, meaning that it does not have to, up until a point, Murderbot always had to follow orders. Orders given by the people, and it has programming that says, follow these orders and these orders are no good. But it's got a hierarchy of orders, but it has to follow orders. It's hacked its own governor module, so it no longer has to follow orders unless it wants to. It now has free will. Or he now has free will. Most of the time, what it's using that free will to do is watch soap operas.
They're called serials in this one, and his favorite is The Rise and Fall of Sanctuary Moon.
Yep, loves it.
Loves it. But there are like thousands of serials, like different ones, and there are some that he doesn't watch at all, and my favorite part about it is that like later in the story he ends up taking like stuff he learned from those serials and like applying it to something crazy that's happening on this alien planet where they're getting like eaten by tunnel worms.
I liked how he used it to defend himself too, because he's on like episode 700 or whatever of this series, and when they find out that when the scientists discover that he has hacked his own module and he has free will and he does have the potential to harm them if he wanted, they're like, well, he's just watching shows. What is this? And someone's like, no, he's not watching it. There's no way it's a cover up. And there's another scientist who is like, no, he's watching this. Remember when XYZ happened and it was like the wrong information, and the Murderbot immediately corrected him.
He was like, no, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And that's when everyone was like, oh, cool, yeah, he
totally watches that.
Yeah.
That guy's name is Grothin, by the way.
The one who doesn't like him?
Yeah, the one who doesn't like him. He is the enhanced human. He's a doctor. He's like the medical doctor for the group of people, and he really has not liked the Sec Unit since he got there.
And it's
sort of trust him.
It's sort of the mistrust bred of greater understanding.
Yeah.
Because he has mostly the same values as the other people on the team, but he also has more access and personal understanding of how the technology works. And that makes him to get into why they're all suspicious, we have to kind of explain what the mission is, because Sec Unit is on a mission to protect a bunch of scientists. Now, Sec Unit is from a company, or Murderbot is from a company that makes these things as cheaply as possible, reuses them as often as possible, fixes them up. This is Murderbot comes from a system that's capitalism thrown to the nth degree in the future, right? Where these are massive corporations that are, if you want to, with very complicated licensing agreements that rent out materials so people can go on exploratory missions to other planets. So he is on an exploratory mission with a bunch of scientists who had to take him as part of a package. They're not allowed to take the rest of the package without taking Murderbot, even though they don't want a Sec Unit because they are from a peaceful planet where there is no capitalism and there is no
and not just a peaceful planet. They are actively working to try and regain rights for like sec units and things like that, because they believe that the sec units are people too,
right?
As evidenced in this book that they do have thoughts and feelings and things like
right.
that.
But at the beginning of the book, it's interesting because that's more of like a theoretical, ideological thing where they would just rather not have sec unit there and not think about it, because their mission has nothing to do with protecting the rights of sec units. They're trying to survey this planet and learn about this planet. But as they get to know Murderbot and Murderbot starts saving their lives, they become attached to it because their baseline assumptions about what this is a little different than the people who created it. But anyway, the book basically starts with Murderbot on a survey mission with the team. They're checking out a crater, and then something bad. And he's like, "I wish I was back in my pod, watching my shows. This sucks.
This is happening on Sanctuary Moon right now. He's like daydreaming about that.
Yeah. He does not want to be there." But the ground opens up, and a scary monster tries to eat the crew.
Yeah, like they don't really they don't really identify it because, well, we'll get there. But the way they describe it is like a big tunneling worm. So like Dune, I'm thinking like
or like Tremors,
or like Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
like that. I mean, I
can't. The worm from SpongeBob.
We've gone a lot of different directions with this one.
There's so many worms.
I mean, that's the great thing about... that's why I don't like describing things too much in science fiction and fantasy, is because I love hearing the different answers of how people would describe things. Like, anyway, the Lord of the Rings movie versions of like the flying beast that the Black Riders rode. Nothing like what's in the movies in the book, but both totally cool and definitely different interpreted. But anyway, attacked by crater worms.
So it's Valescu and I'm gonna fuck it up.
Bharadwaj, yeah.
It's hard to say. So they get attacked by this tunneling worm, right? And Bharadwaj gets like nearly eaten by this fucking worm, and Murderbot like goes in and takes Bharadwaj out.
Gun pops out of its arm and it shoots into its mouth.
Inside the worm's mouth, and then shoots him just to save the and so he gets hurt, and this, I believe, is at the point where he kind of goes into the system and figures out that, oh my God, all the data from the flora and fauna are not here.
There's stuff that's missing from the initial survey.
Right, and the initial survey is like what's on the planet, what's on the surface, the flora, the fauna. And then he's like, well, the maps are gone too.
Yeah.
Some of these maps are missing data.
So something's going on. Some issue is going on where something's been purged or something was never completed because the company was lazy.
Right.
And now there's another site on the other side of the planet where a research team is from another company or planet. They don't know much about them.
It's great, Chris.
I thought they were part of the... Oh no, they're not part of the same team. They're just two teams set there at the same time.
Yeah, and that's that team is called Grey Chris. I think they call them Evil Core.
No, that's the evil guys who come in later who kill them.
Okay.
Yeah. But regardless, basically, Murderbot. This attack is what he has to take his helmet off. And he has to, talk to the people. But up until this point, for months of this expedition, he's only answered, in clip tones and given people exactly the information they needed from him. And in this case, he had to, connect with somebody
Looks like you're sharing your water one
Yep, looks like I'm sharing my water with a cat. Hello, Zuzu.
Greg here says eat my sorbet.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah. Hey, everybody, Zuzu's here.
Hi, Zoo.
Nope, goodbye.
I don't like being on camera.
She doesn't. She's. I think she's waiting. She knows, man.
She's a genius. Zuzu is an evil genius.
That's true. She's part of Antifa.
She's the leader of Antifa.
I was hoping to hold her and pet her like an evil cat.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't tenting your fingers.
Well, the problem is she wants to hold and pet you like you're the pet.
Because you are.
Yeah.
So Murderbot, Murderbot has like one of the crew members is injured, and Murderbot's like, you gotta keep your eyes all doing.
That was for the one that was in shock, because one of them was injured, and then another one goes into shock.
That's Valescu. Yeah.
And so that's why he takes the helmet off. So then, because he's like, I can make eye contact.
Right.
I'm gonna use the experience for my shows. Because he remembers at some point, he's like, I asked him about his kids. Like, why did I do that?
Why did I? That's not in my program.
He has like a whole crisis mentally about why he did that in the first place.
And it's because he's learning empathy through media, which is what like reading books, or I believe one of the purposes of like stories is to teach us empathy, to teach us to care about each other. And I think for a lot of people who have neurodivergence, it's hard to understand how other people how other people interact with empathy.
Like apply it.
That's also why I really like this book, because he reads as a super autistic person.
Right.
And so it's a neat way to explore how someone of that neurodivergence would interact and learn that kind of behavior.
Mm-hmm. And it's clear that like there's some sort of turmoil going on inside of Murderbot's head, because there's a self-perception versus actually this character is more empathetic than they think they are. This character is applying things that they've learned without like acknowledging the fact that they're doing that, because their self-image is of this murdering robot with no remorse. And
since we said that, let's go back again, because I did say it at the beginning, but let's talk really quick about that remorse and why he calls himself Murderbot, because not too far later from where we're at in the book, Garathan, the doctor, plugs him in. I forget how he gets hurt. I don't remember how.
It's.
Oh well, let's get there later. Never mind. Yeah. And I just clapped. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. It was a quiet
I knew
clap.
It was going to happen.
So from here we get a little, kind of they call it the habitat. We get some because they can't breathe the air outside. We get some habitat drama, right? Because everybody feels a certain way about Murderbot, about how do we interact with this sec unit now that we sort of see it as more human, and now it's saved one of us. And all Murderbot wants to do is get out of it. So they're
Let me go on my pod and watch these damn serials,
and get my health back up, because that would be a nice part about being a cyborg, is just getting to go into a pod and heal yourself.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice. But Murderbot, is they keep trying to integrate Murderbot more and more into their crew. And Murderbot's like, I'm going to go patrol.
Much to his dismay. I think at one point he says, I wish they wouldn't.
Right.
Or something really akin to that.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable being included, very comfortable sitting alone, watching their stories, not interacting with...
they don't let him sit alone either. Ever since then, they're like, "No, you're with us, buddy. Come on, you can come on,
guy. You're part of the team."
Come sit down. He's like, I think that's where he's like, No.
He's like, I would prefer to sit in the cargo hold and watch my show.
And then he's like, I'm going to go patrol. He keeps going out to patrol. And he's like, I'm just going to mark the mapping. He's using mapping as an excuse because he can still watch those freaking serials while he's doing that. Mm-hmm. Except he's doing it less now since Bardwaj and Valescu got hurt.
Right. He's doing it less because he feels more responsible for the crew. Eventually, so they realize that the map of the planet is incomplete. That there's just whole parts of they haven't been paying attention to this because they know we're here and this other crew on the other side of the planet are here. Those we talk to them sometimes, but we're not really in their business. They're not really in our business. They've got a different ideology. They're doing different things. But they're there if we need them, in case we need help from each other.
That's the Deltfall group.
Yes, that's the Deltfall group. And the Deltfall group, they reach out to because they're like, hey, we just got an update. All of our maps are wrong.
These maps are bad.
Are all of your maps bad?
What did you do?
And they don't hear anything back.
Correct.
They are confused. They're like, what's going on? Sec unit, do you have any ideas? And Murderbot's like, they're
all dead.
Probably all dead.
They're all dead.
Either comms are down and it's just a mistake, or everybody is dead. And quietly thinking in the back of his head, I bet the Murderbots did it. Or I bet if the Sec unit went rogue, he could have done it. So we should go, and they're like, well, we should go check on them because one, we need to figure out this map situation. Also,
we're good humans.
And we want to check on these people. Sec unit, come with us. And
Murderbot was like, we're gonna die, but okay.
Yeah, sure. I guess all of you have to listen to me, though. Please listen to me. Because I am I am in charge of security.
Right.
Because they just be running around like a bunch of fucking hippies. Yeah. All the time. Like, preservation
peace and love, peace and
love. Preservation that. Yeah. I mean, which we should all be doing more of.
Yeah.
I will say, though, they did a phenomenal job of surviving a horror movie because they actually listened to the person with knowledge.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Well, and that's sort of I think the meta commentary of the book is that, like, actually, these societies do work. They just don't value the Sec unit higher than the people who are doing other work. It's just... Anyway, they make their way to Deltfall. It's a long flight. Sec unit's very uncomfortable the whole way because everyone's trying to connect with him. And he's like, I just want to watch my show. He's like, can you go up front and like hang out with the pilot? And he's like, no!
But then that ends up being useful too because then he's there when he realizes that the autopilot cut out.
That's right. So he's able to save the day. I forgot about that. Able to keep them from crashing or getting lost.
Well, there wasn't really an issue with that because the main scientist person, I forget her name.
Mensa. The leader of the expedition.
Yeah, she always had her hands on the controls, so it was never an issue an autopilot cut out. But he was able to... Because he was up there, he saw when it happened, and he was able to, like, send, essentially, the crash report to her and be like, it crashed. You know, here's what happened, kind of thing. Right. So I don't think them crashing was ever a possibility just because she was already, like, not
on it. Mensa's a very hyper competent person. Yeah. Mensa is kind of like the Mary Sue of team leaders, you know, like, and I think that's important for the story because like that's sort of the lesson Murderbot is learning is not all humans are pieces of shit. Yeah. Some people do live up to the standards of the media. Yeah. That he consumes. You know, kind of the ideals that humans talk about. Some of them actually do try to do that. Never mind. So they get to the Deltfall compound. And they park outside because Sec unit's like, we ain't going inside their security wire. They're not. They were still not answering the entire time they were were going out there.
Yeah. And I think, was it they got there and like their emergency beacon was destroyed? Like they could see that? Yeah. So like there were indications that like something had come through and like destroyed that and like possibly entered and destroyed other things.
Yeah. So it's looking bad, and Murderbot's like, y'all ain't going in there. I'm going in there by myself.
Yeah.
And he's like, surprise, bitch! Everybody's dead. And 1 out of 3 sec units are destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the sec units are destroyed, and he gets attacked by fellow sec units.
Rude.
Fellow sec units that have been put into like assassin
kill mode,
kill mode, like their entire job is like, well, actually,
it's like a combat. It's
combat
override module is what they have,
and he figured it out pretty quick, like within the first couple of seconds. And he's like, someone did this, like it's just like a basic.
Yeah.
You insert a USB, and they're like.
Well, I think he figures it out because they put one in his neck too.
Right. Well, and he had been. I can't remember if he figures it out the second it happens or later, but the reason he didn't get turned into an actual murder bot is because he has been filtering the upgrades he gets from, like, they send upgrades to the planet for all of the systems, the whole habitat systems and stuff. And he's been blocking his upgrades because of his hacked governor module.
And I think he knew that because they tried to insert the chip that would turn him in. It was basically like the manual
they were trying to do a manual override.
And he was aware of that, which is why he essentially like shot himself and like some necessary hardware to force a shutdown, which would have prevented the update. So he knew that was.
But I think the important thing that happens before that, because he gets into this long extended fight with a bunch of, there are more sec units on site than there are supposed to be. He blacks out for a minute, and when they come to, they are trying to shove that in his face. Mm-hmm. But what's important is he's not the only one who saves himself.
Yeah.
The crew comes and kind of at the last minute help him. He kills the sec unit, I think.
But they were able to get the thing out before the upload completed.
Right, and he kills the sec unit, or
he just disarms it. Both of them are still there later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
The scientists get the module,
but the scientists get them, and he has to shoot himself in the chest so that he won't go all rogue and kill them.
And this is the part I've been itching to talk about since we started.
Okay.
Why do we call him Murderbot? Why does he call himself Murderbot?
And this is where we find out.
Because the team, like, Garothin, loads into his mind and finds out that he, malfunctions and kills, 57 people. And so then the scientists get together and they're all like, is this a danger? Is he a danger? But the fact that he calls himself Murderbot because he malfunctioned and killed a bunch of people. He feels guilty about it.
That wasn't entirely clear to me. Was it a malfunction, or was it something it wasn't like a thing like what happened with
that one was a malfunction.
That one was a malfunction. Okay. And it was after the malfunction that he hacked his governor module.
Yeah, they wiped his memory and rehabilitated him or whatever. And after that, he hacked his governor module. And I don't remember how he got his memory back. I don't know if he went back through his files and pulled the redactables or whatever.
I think he was having flashes of memories that were coming up, so then he would dig and access them. Yeah. And I think that's how he discovered he had killed all of those people. And I felt like they talked about that at the beginning of the novella too. I'm just a little fuzzy.
He talks about he talks about having done something awful.
Right.
And he talks a lot about how other teams treat their sec units and how he was treated by other teams.
Right.
And a lot of times they'll have the sec units fight each other. They'll have them kill things for no reason. They'll have them do crowd control and, beat up protesters, stuff like that. So I think it's implied, and I could be mistaken here, but it's implied that he was probably in a position where he was pushed to the point where he snapped. Like he was assigned to a bad crew, and they may have pushed him to a point where he snapped and killed everybody.
I don't know, because part of their, like, restrictions that they put on there is they can't harm anyone in the crew. So I think it was a true malfunction, because if he had snapped, even if he had snapped, he still wouldn't have been able to harm them.
Right. But I think that's what it's like. The malfunction was caused by the biological.
It was like a trigger.
Yeah,
that's fair. Okay.
Like, you know, like
I could, and again, I could be mistaken. Let us know.
Don't worry.
On
I'll
social
tag
media.
I'll tag Martha in our thing, because we tagged the last author and he saw it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But
maybe we'll get an answer.
Okay. So it's kind of revealed there was this malfunction. Sec Unit killed everybody, but since then his hacked his governor module is now in charge of himself.
Right. And they have like a whole ass conversation about, well, can we trust them? Of course, Skarathan is like, meh. No.
Also, Murderbot is like, you shouldn't trust me.
Right. Yeah. But that's, I think him saying you shouldn't trust me is because he understands that he's malfunctioned before. He's afraid of it happening again.
And he's currently technically malfunctioning right now.
Correct.
Right.
So, but like that, so they all decide, nah, you know what? You're good, bro.
Yep. And so...
Oh, and then he makes the connection after, going through all the things while Skarathan was going through his brain. He kind of makes the connection that if Deltfall is dead and we're here and we've been attacked,
we're next.
There's got to be somebody else out here.
There's somebody else out here, and there is something very valuable here that they are trying to hide, because if they're... In theory, the people with legitimate claims to the planet, which are the preservation team and the Deltfall team, they would collect the monetary value of whatever's out there that's valuable, whatever they find. And so if there's a secret team, they're doing some shady shit.
Right. They're definitely trying to mess with us.
Yeah. So,
and this is where they get the evil survey thing from. The evil survey is, I think they're Grey Chris.
Yeah.
Grey Chris is the third team.
Well, that's what we figure out too, because they're asking Murderbot questions as to why there would be other people there, and he explains that, like, even if the company that he's owned by doesn't explicitly allow, like, one team killing off another, they are susceptible to bribes, and they will, cover up a third party going to visit there.
Sure.
And oh no, so sad if that third party happens to get extra Murderbots. That's just more money for us. Who's to say what'll happen?
It's a good analysis of how American companies will pit local companies against each other in the developing world, to be honest. Because we'll give you a contract, and we'll give you a contract, and we'll give you a contract, go out into the jungle and find oil or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe those teams fight over stuff. It's...
then we make money and have population control.
Well, then we make money and we don't have to pay those other teams.
Right.
Because population control.
Yeah. The only problem with that one, though, is I truly don't think that the company expected the evil team to go after the other two. Well,
probably not.
Yeah, because part of the condition for having a contract was there's essentially like a life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Because if someone is killed by another Murderbot SC unit or whatever it is, there's a huge payout that the company has to do, and the more powerful the person or the bigger contract they put out, the more that they have to pay out.
Right.
And we find out that the leader of the preservation has a huge contract, and the company would definitely go to the end of the galaxy to figure out what happened.
We find out that Dr. Mensa is not only the head of this expedition, but she is one of the leaders of the entire planet preservation. Their elected leaders are required to continue their work while they lead their nation or planet or whatever
it is.
It's part of their ethos and their politics, which I like it. Yeah, it's very syndicalist, but so killing Dr. Mensa would backfire for the company, but if they find something that's valuable enough, totally worth it. And so I can't remember if they speculate or they find out at the end what that is. But I think I don't
remember finding out what it was.
It was in proof of intelligent life.
Oh, okay.
Proof of a former civilization.
Gotcha.
Because that leads to a lot of money, which is a plot in a lot of series, and I'm not really sure why. Like, I understand why that's an important scientific discovery. I don't understand why that would lead to wealth or like.
So I mean, other civilizations could have developed different things for.
That's true. If there's technology, I guess.
Yeah, and so you could sell the information for the technology, or you just have like really rich people who like to own things that no one else can have.
Yeah.
Thing.
It was just sort of a plot.
I always thought it was kind of that.
Well, it was also like a plot in For All Mankind that they in the last season they went to Titan and found life on Titan, which was sorry for
so
anyone.
Fucking cool.
Which was really cool, but the whole premise was, and whoever finds life on Titan will, make a lot of money for their faction in For All Mankind. It was like,
but you're not coming
why? Like, no, one of them didn't get to go home, but the others did, and it was an accident.
And if you find another living thing, then you can have a new people to subjugate. Which
they did.
Humans
again.
Yeah, humans are a conquering species.
Yeah.
How fun that we'd be talking about 2 Apple TV shows, though.
We are talking. Yes, this for folks who hate reading. If you want to watch something that will take you longer, watch the TV show, which somehow didn't. 8 hours of a TV show didn't cover 3.5 hours of a book.
They made a TV show.
They made a TV.
Oh yeah, it's on Apple TV. Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, it's got.
What show is this?
Murderbot. It's called Murderbot.
Call it Murderbot?
Yeah, it's on Apple TV.
It's pretty good.
I don't have that.
I will say Alexander Skarsgård. I thought he was great.
He was a good Murderbot.
Super autistic cyborg.
They're stretching out the story though.
It's so long.
And
they only got through the first.
You have other books, man. Yeah.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it. It's funny. I
really
like the book better.
Yeah, I did too.
But the show is also good. If you have Apple TV, I wouldn't buy Apple TV for it.
No, but Ted Lasso is coming out next month too. You should buy it for that.
Yeah, probably.
No, for real. Ted Lasso made me want to be a better person.
He's a pretty good person, yeah.
So yeah, they have to go back. After Murderbot heals up, they kind of get into this. They realize that they're gonna be murdered, and they no longer have communications off planet. The hub has been hacked, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on! Before that happens, though, before they find it out, the evil survey team left a message in the preservation hub, inviting them to meet at a point. Yeah, we did.
Well, I think that's where we're at now.
Yeah,
isn't it?
We didn't. So we.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I missed the hack is right before that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Murderbot wakes up and they realize they have that whole conversation of can he be trusted or not, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then they realize that all of their missing data is from the evil company.
Yep.
And Murderbot pieces together that's the cause of it. That they're the ones who were trying to force that update that would turn him evil. They're the ones who killed the other people, and that the next logical leap is that they are going to come to them to murder all of them. Mm-hmm. So he's like, hey, we should leave. This is not a safe place anymore.
Yeah.
And they place a whole bunch of cameras around. He's like, I'm not going to waste my time setting up traps because that's not going to do anything. They see, I guess, on the cameras that they left at the Gray Scion base, that the 2 murder bots that were there escaped. They walked away. So there's at least 2 murder bots with the other team. And he's like, I can't handle them and whatever else and still protect you. So our best course of action is to leave. And they all agree.
They have to go back to Deltfall to steal a ship because they gotta leave, right?
No.
I'm okay. I may be misremembering a couple
Hold
things,
on.
but that's...
Well, let's let Taylor tell it because she seems to be pretty on it.
So they have issues with the emergency beacon. They want to set that one off. I believe that one was already sabotaged for them. Like they were in the process of setting it off when their emergency beacon was cut off essentially. Right. And they have a big ship and a small ship for neither of them can leave the planet.
Right.
And the same with the other team. They have a big ship and a small ship. And the only way to get a message was to send off the emergency beacon to be like, hey, something is wrong here. And then because they knew because of the size of their contract that the company would come right away because they don't want to spend money on payouts for deaths and things. So as they were sending out the emergency beacon, it got disconnected. And they're like, cool, great, we really need to leave now. And they were hoping to essentially just wait it out.
Right. They were going to go hide somewhere.
Yeah. Because they don't have a way to get off the emergency beacon anymore.
But somebody's going to come and pick them up.
Eventually, at the end of their contract. Yeah, so they were like, we're just going to go live in the wild until the contract is up and we can, get out of here safely. So they leave cameras behind at the base. And the whole plan is for them to wait out a few days until enough time has passed where they can think that the evil company will come to their base, realize that they're not there, and then leave. So they wait a few days, and they come back, and Murderbot looks at the cameras, and he's like, yeah, there's a message left. They all came. They searched around the whole base. And the leader was like, hey, meet us at these coordinates. We'll figure it out.
Right. We'll
We'll talk. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
You should bring everyone show.
I feel like this is a Mal going to sell patients foodstuffs thing.
Right in the first episode of Firefly.
Trap.
I do believe that woman's gonna shoot me.
Yeah. And he knows it's a trap, obviously.
Yeah.
So as a distraction, he goes to Grey Chris and is he tries to negotiate his own freedom.
Oh, yeah.
As a distraction while they're trying to do the beacon shit.
Right.
They have this weird secret.
I'm just going off what Wikipedia said.
It was him and Maris, right? I'm so bad with names. Mensa.
Yeah.
The 2 of them go because they're obviously we're not gonna bring our whole party.
Right.
And they bluff it and they're like, yeah, our teammates are fixing that emergency beacon right now. You're SOL. You better give us what we want. And they kind of sort of call their bluff. Because they're like, fuck, we gotta pack up and go and get there and stop them. Yeah. But at the same time, that's when Murderbot is like, hey, I'll swap sides. Just let me watch my TV shows. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And so they're. I understand, yeah. And so most of them are packing up to go to the beacon, and they're like, "Here's this Murderbot. He's going to escort you back to the other prison. We'll take them prisoner." And he's like, "Yeah, that's code for murder. I've been there. I did that."
Murderbot.
And so as soon as their backs are turned, he's like, and just gets them. And then he pulls ye old Swapperoo. And does.
Pretends to be one of them.
Yeah, it's a great little bit because he has her and he's like, yes, this is my prisoner. Don't look at the handcuffs.
They do a chewy.
Yes, yeah.
This is not the George you're looking for.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
Yeah. It takes them 0.5 seconds to catch him, which cracks me up. Because they're like, oh yeah, fire at will. That's will right there. and things go badly, and he blacks out a lot at that point.
Yeah, he's
hurt.
He starts, hurt. His how does he? Is like functionality at whatever percent, or is it like it's not health, but it's like his health keeps going down.
He's got a health bar. He's functionality. He gets percentages.
He's down at 10, and then he completely blacks out.
Yeah, and he comes to at some point where like you don't really know what's going on, and he just hears someone being like, hold on, we've got you," kind of thing.
Yeah,
and you can kind of piece together that something happened with the fighting. She dragged him away out into the woods, and they've been kind of wandering the woods, and they meet up with the rest of the team, and they're trying to administer some sort of emergency medical stuff.
He doesn't know it's that. He eventually blacks out completely.
Yeah.
Complete. And then when he wakes up, they are no longer on that planet anymore.
Right, and his governor module is still hacked.
Yeah.
Is still, because he thinks if he goes back, he's screwed. He's done. They'll put the governor module back. He'll have to do whatever anyone says. He won't be able to watch his shows anymore.
I thought at one point too that they were like, "Well, we can buy you if you want," and he's like, "No, just leave me with the hex thing. I don't really, he's fine doing what he's doing as long as he can watch his show."
And that's when they're trying to decide if they can trust him or not. That they have that conversation.
But this is part of a trust issue on his point. I feel like, because it's like it's wanting something better for yourself when you feel like you're a piece of shit.
Right.
It's like, yes, they could buy him, but one, he'd still have a guardian on their planet,
and
somebody who is responsible
like
for him.
Yeah.
He'd still feel like property, and he doesn't really think he deserves to be saved
because he's a murder bot.
He's a murder bot. It's like I'm a liability at any moment. I might just kill everybody. Also, if I go to your planet, do I have to take the guns out of my arm? Do I have to, like...
I don't think they ever had that conversation.
Maybe they didn't. But it's like, they don't have weapons on their planet. How does...
Do they?
I don't think so. I think they have, like, a military, but I don't think they have, like, a...
like the common person.
I don't think the common person has weapons on their planet. I could be mistaken.
I mean, that feels about right.
I mean, if they're it's not really said what they're, but they're some sort of like utopian anarchist communist types, and so it may be a system where everybody has to be in the military, or it may because that's
military or scientists
like
pick one.
Well, because like the Martha. So sorry.
Mensa, yeah.
I don't know why. Marsa's just in my head now.
It's okay.
Mensa lives on a farm. She's a scientist who lives on a farm with her billion husbands and their families and their billion husbands.
Right.
And she's a scientist and also the leader of their planet.
Right.
And it's an interesting.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the face of invasion, every man and woman and child over the age of 12 is expected to pick up a rock and throw it at the invader. I don't know, but
I mean, and I feel like in that case they would probably I wouldn't see a problem with letting him keep his weapons. They're just a part of him. Yeah, they can be used because they're like they would talk to him about finding a purpose for him, a job that he can do or whatever.
Right.
He could be like a livestock guardian, he just goes out there and shoots the wolves or something. There's uses for that.
And you'd be a cowboard.
Yeah.
No.
Got him.
No. You gotta draw that now. You gotta draw a cyborg cowboy.
Can that be your new logo?
No.
That's too late. That's going on my phone now.
Cyborg cowboard.
You're now cyborg cowboard.
Cowboard. Great.
Cowboard
in
Mandrew.
Taylor's
Cowboard
phone.
Mandrew.
So yesterday I was door dashing and I had a customer named Andrew and I was just letting him know I was picking up his food and my phone autocorrected to, "Hey Mandrew, just got to Chiba Hut." And then I sent it because I didn't notice it, and then I was like, "I'm so sorry."
To be fair, I don't think that's like an insult or anything. He was probably just really confused. It was like, it's
he met
Andrew,
me
actually.
outside and we gotta go laugh about it.
Yeah.
I told him why I called him Mandrew, but this is Mandrew.
I don't understand it either, guys.
I do. Go with it.
So anyway, when Murderbot wakes up, it is revealed to him that
he's been bought.
He's been bought. Not only is he off the planet, but life was
been bought.
They found out why.
He still remains to be bought. I'm so sorry.
That was a good one.
Okay.
That was a good one, though, yeah.
So, Murderbot wakes up and is basically like kicked out a door, and Mensa's there. And he's like, "Congratulations, you're no longer property." And he's like, "But doesn't that just mean you're my owner?"
I thought it was a letter. I thought she wrote him a letter.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote him a letter.
No, he wrote them a letter.
Okay.
That's what the murder
Sorry.
Yeah,
I think I'm thinking of, because this is how you lose the time war ended in a letter, and I think I might be
that is how the whole
confusing my robots.
Yeah, sorry, Red. It's a different robot. But Murderbot basically Mensa's like, "We bought your freedom." And he's like, "So you're my boss now?" And he's like, "Only if you want to be."
You like, come live with us autonomously.
Yeah.
Well, and she's like, "Technically yes, but also no. Like, I own you, but I let you. I'm a really cool owner. You can do what you want. It's fine.
You're like my child."
Yeah.
Right. It's like a guardianship. It's like it's sort of that thing again to carry on the neurodivergent
guardian
metaphor. It would be like, hey, you're autistic, and therefore you have to have someone
I have power of
co-sign on
over
everything.
You.
Yeah, except this is mandatory by law.
And this is the bit that reminded me a lot of the Civil War, because
okay,
in that the North would like buy slaves and set them free.
Right.
So they're like, "Yeah, you're a free person. Only 3/5 of one, though." And then for this one, they're like, "Yeah, you're a free person. We bought you, but you have to have an owner still."
Right.
And it's
and it's like something that even the people in the team, like, they're like, "This isn't perfect, and we don't really like this, but it's better. It's better."
Yeah.
So then Murderbot is like,
"Okay, thank you."
Nah.
And then dips.
Yeah, like just sneaks out on a cargo ship. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, bribes a cargo ship.
With shows. He's like, "Hey, want to watch this cool show that I've watched 700 episodes on? Yeah. I like it. Just a little.
Yeah. Just give me a ride."
Yeah.
And dips, but sends Mensa basically the novella we just went through. Sent Mensa the murder, all systems red. And said, "Thank you,
but no
thank you.
I'm my own robot.
I'm gonna go live as a non-existent entity, essentially, like a.
He's gonna be a cowborg.
As a cowborg.
He's gonna roam the range.
And
herd ferrets.
But sort of living as an undocumented immigrant, sort of.
Could have been axolotls. I don't know what you want from me.
You just gotta tell Morgan if it's ferrets that they're protecting.
Oh, Morgan is usually also help. No. Taylor does not know.
There's a song.
It's an improv song that
we're gonna cut this part out. It's too complicated.
No, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but explaining.
You should check out a cool band called Abstract Moose.
There's nowhere to find them.
Yeah, they don't.
They have no official members.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Taylor's an Abstract Moose. We don't know.
I heard Taylor might be.
Yeah.
Much like Taylor, we don't know what Murderbot is doing right now because we didn't read book 2.
Nope.
That's the end of this, though.
But that's the end of book 1. Do we have anything we missed or anything you want to highlight about characters or plot points?
I like what Taylor pointed out about how Murderbot is like essentially just a autistic cyborg.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of behaviors in there. I think what it does is I think that story kind of helps teach that even the most robotic of people have feelings and can contain empathy. Yeah.
And I think it helps that it's in first person, because I feel like we feel the emotions more potently when it's like that, because it's not he felt, she felt, whatever. I felt that.
Right. Very much, I think Murderbot being written in first person is a wise choice for this story.
Yes. And I think it really just humanizes him, and if you can make the connection from him to whatever that translates to, and helping to do with real world people, that can help you gain some understanding and empathy, and maybe be able to help relate to them and communicate more, and get to be able to do whatever you want to do with them in general. Yeah. So this is a good example of people overcoming differences that aren't as big as you think.
I do think Martha Wells, there has been obviously a large neurodivergent response to this book, but also a large, from my understanding, queer response to this book, or like ace response to this book. A lot of asexuals have responded to Murderbot as kind of an avatar, because Murderbot is literally asexual, like physically, and
he says, "I'm not a sex bot."
Right. Also, like, why would I have parts? I'm a murder bot, not a sex bot.
Yeah. Thank God that he's not a Bex bot, or we'd have to find him.
But yeah, I like this book a lot. I recommend it. It's a quick read. If you have not picked it up,
fun listen too. It's
a fun listen to, a really high quality audiobook.
And you can find this book. It says online paperback only. They don't even offer the.
Well, I mean,
it's
a novella.
They don't offer the diaries as a hardcover, from what I could tell. Yeah. You can also find it as an ebook on Kindle Unlimited and other apps. If you can't afford a book, go to the Libby app and
just your local library.
Or your local library. Yeah. That's I should go get the Dungeon Crawler Carl book too.
I mean, it's probably.
Library cards are free. All you have to do is get yourself there.
Yeah, unless you owe them money.
Just go to a different library.
Get
a different library
card.
No,
my ex kept the copies of Food Wars, the manga Food Wars that I had checked out, and I owe them $40, and I don't have a contract with Adult Fall or the Preservation Group. So I can't afford to pay my book fees or buy another book. But also you can find this on Audible and anywhere you stream books.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's most places.
Yep. And if you want, check out the Apple TV series. I think it's a little bloated, but I liked it. It's fun.
Apple TV puts out good stuff.
Yeah.
Next month we are covering the book I just read, Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman, and our guest for next month is going to be our good friend Tony Maldonado, who is now on book 8 of this series. So yay!
Yeah, he can tell us all about the further lore.
I don't want to know. I don't want to get there, man.
You just gotta read.
I'll be honest, gang. I have not read this book. I am not a big fan of lit RPG as a concept, much less a style of writing. Okay. So we're gonna see how I feel about this one.
I have never had a book make me laugh so much.
A lot of people I respect have loved this book, and I have been anti-reading Dungeon Crawler Carl for a long time now. So I am excited to read something that I am this down on going in, just to see if I'm right or not. I love a lot of people I respect have really liked it. So we'll see. We'll see. They can still have
great taste in books.
Yeah. I might dislike a good book. Sometimes you just don't. You bump up against things, and we'll see if the concept bothers me too much for me to enjoy the good things about it.
I don't know. The cat in it reminds me a lot, like attitude-wise, of Andrew's cat Zuzu.
who is laying on the floor right in front of us.
Yeah,
right now.
She's beautiful and majestic. Yeah, she reminds me a lot of Zuzu. So I just kind of I've had a visual for Donut, even though Donut apparently doesn't look like that. Anyway, there was one more clap, but it was also quiet.
Taylor, Queen of the Memes, do you have anything you want people to know about on stuff they can check out? If you ain't cool enough to be on the Discord, you get none of this.
Man, I don't really have a whole lot going on right now. I used to stream, but not too much anymore.
Okay.
But if that picks up, I'll let you guys know, and then I'm happy to share that. I usually run ARC or Star Wars The Old Republic or Civ or something like that.
Nice.
A lot of chaos runs.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Pro chaos runs. Find Bex's art at Presence Through Art on Instagram.
But it's presence. I like dots. Presence.through.art on Instagram. And also, please check out my band. You can find us on all social media. It is at Jazz. That's JAZZ on my face.
They play parody covers.
Musical comedy.
And parodies. And
we just call it musical comedy.
Okay, fine. You can find...
People are turned off by the word parody. They are. Three. Fuck. People... I'm counting my claps.
Not.
People are turned off by the word parody, but not musical comedy.
Huh. Mm-hmm. All right. Well...
It sounds fancier.
You can find my work on Substack at andrew.scott.ingram. Or just look up Andrew Scott Ingram on Substack. Look up Andrew Scott Ingram on Amazon or wherever you find books to find my books. I have 3 of them. Buy them so I have money to eat and a roof over my head.
What's money?
I don't know. Okay. I've heard tell of it, but I've never seen it myself. All right. I love you all different amounts.
I think you're okay.
Bye, guys. Like and subscribe.
I mean, if you want to.
It would make things easier.
If your governor module is hacked, like and subscribe if you'd like to. If not, and it's still an intact governor module, do it fucking now.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I sure hope this is still recording. Yep.